If you're watching this, chances are you're frustrated, maybe even embarrassed, and you're asking yourself one of the most common questions in orthodontics, and that is, should I get braces for the second time? This isn't new to me because I asked the same question back in 2023, and that is the reason why I had to redo my braces. So if you're wondering if whether I made the right decision, then stick around because we're gonna find out later. In this video, we're going to talk about the common reasons why people consider getting their orthodontic treatment redone, how to determine whether you should go for a second round, and whether it's really worth it. Let's start with a big question. Why do people need braces for the second time? One of the reasons would be you were not satisfied with the result. I'm going to start with this because I can relate with this so much, and that was because I was unsatisfied with my first treatment. So if you've been following my channel and watched my videos, I shared there that the reason why I had to debrace my teeth was because of the flaring. So mine might be different from yours because of course we have different cases, but the thing is I wasn't satisfied with the result of my first treatment. With the reason number one, this is actually depends on the severity of the patient's concern, because sometimes people or the patient would actually think that they are not satisfied with the result, but after a few days they can just shrug it off and realize that the issue is just a minor, so it can be unnoticed and they can get along with it well. Others, like me, that no matter how hard I try to say that it's not that bad, I always end up realizing that this is not what I wanted and what I expected in my first treatment. And finally decided that I really have to redo my braces. Else, if I don't have it fixed, I'll end up unhappy, unproductive, or even I'll be struggling with confidence. There might be a whole lot of reasons why you might not be satisfied with the result, but in general, we come up with the same reason of being unsatisfied with our first treatment, and so you might decide to have it redone. And yep, that is one of the reasons why people or the patients will consider having their orthodontic treatment for the second time. Reason number two is you are not wearing your retainers. So another reason why you might thought of having your braces redone is because you weren't wearing your retainers after your treatment. And we all know that if you had braces, it's always crucial to always wear your retainers in the first few months or even I think several years after your first treatment. Also, for those who do not know, once you're done with your braces, you have to wear your retainers for a lifetime. But the only difference is if you had your braces removed for, let's say, last year or just in a month ago, you religiously need to wear them every day. And after the first year that you had your braces removed, it is actually one of the most crucial time that you need to wear your retainers. And I'm not saying that you're not going to wear your retainers after, let's say, 10 years, but the frequency of wearing them should be more religiously worn for the first 5 or maybe 2 to 3 years. Then later on, you can actually wear them just during the night. So that doesn't mean that you're not gonna wear them. You really have to wear them because your teeth will go back to its place, and that is what they call as relapse. Moving on, for the third reason is the natural shifting with age. Even if you did wear your retainers, as we age, our teeth will naturally shift. And so our jaw bones and bone density changes, and even those small movements will add up. Think of it like a gravity. It always pulls things down, and your teeth aren't immune to that. For me personally, it really depends on the patients for this reason, because thinking that it might have been shifted through age, so maybe I would think that they might be way older to have it fixed. But even just thinking about the commitment that you have to go through again to have your braces for the second time would be a little bit hassle, I would think. In my case, maybe yours would be different. But what I'm saying is, if the problem isn't that visible, maybe, or if the patient can get along with it, then maybe this is not really an issue at all. So Depends on you guys if you want to have it fixed again. The next one we have on the list is the orthodontic treatment wasn't fully completed. Sometimes braces come off too early, maybe because you and your orthodontist thought that it was good enough, but good enough doesn't always stay good forever. Oftentimes, I would read some of the posts of different patients in different online braces group, and then they would say that they seem to find some issues with their teeth after their braces were removed, and then whenever they try to bring it up with their orthodontist would just somehow shrug it off, and then they would say that it is already done. But we all know, or maybe the patient knows, that it's not yet done or it's not fully completed. But on the case of the orthodontist, we really cannot say anything about that. So we cannot say something on behalf of them because they also have their own assessment with your teeth. But most of the time, if the patient is not satisfied with the result, it is actually that maybe it's not really that complete yet. It's not fully completed. And so that would be one of the reasons why most of the patients would think to have their braces redone. There are also cases wherein you have to move out of town, and that would mean that you have to end your orthodontic treatment prematurely because once you move out, then you need to find another orthodontist to continue the treatment. And that would be considered that you haven't fully completed your treatment. Moving on for the fifth reason would be gum and bone issues. Your gums and your jawbone are the foundation that hold your teeth in place. So in cases that you have gum disease or bone loss develop, this will weaken the foundation and this will cause your teeth to drift or even loosen, which can result to undoing some of the alignment that your braces had fixed. I just wanted to emphasize that gum health is really important when you have your braces because our gums hold our teeth. So if you don't have a healthy gums, this will affect the whole treatment. And I uploaded a video about that. You might want to check that out and you'll realize how important it is to have and maintain a good gum health. Finally, the last on our list is accidents or tooth loss. All right, so life happens and unexpected events can shift your smile. Let's say losing a tooth, experiencing trauma to your jawbone, or even having these long term habits of grinding your teeth at night. Given all of this can actually shift or change the way your bite fits together. So, again, sometimes accidents or tooth loss can make a second round of braces necessary. Now, we already have an idea why some people would consider getting their braces redone. Now, we're gonna figure out the reasons why you should get your braces for the second time. Let's talk about the strongest reason why having your braces for the second time will be 100% worth it. So, the first one would be confidence and self esteem. Your smile is the first thing that people notice. So if your teeth shifted and you're hiding your teeth again, your braces can bring back the confidence that you once had. Second is the long-term oral health. So let's say there's some shift with your teeth after your first orthodontic treatment. And so there might be spaces where the plaques build up or there were cavities or even develop into a gum disease. It would be better to have your braces again because straight teeth isn't just about beauty, it's also about having an easier way to keep your teeth clean. Third one is your bite problems are returning. If your bite is off again, let's say underbite, overbite, or even open bite, these can cause jaw pain, uneven wear on teeth, or even headaches. So you might need to consider having your braces for the second time. Fourth is preventing future costs. So think of braces as an investment. Fixing the alignment now can actually save you from the crowns, implants, or even gum treatments that will be needed later on. Finally, the last reason why you should get your braces for the second time is you have new and better options. Here's the exciting part. Orthodontics has come a long way, so maybe before you had these metal braces, but right now we already have more options like the ceramic braces, lingual braces, or even the clear aligners or the Invisalign. So having a second round with braces might be faster, more discreet, and more comfortable. If you're still confused whether you should get your braces for the second time, now I'm gonna share when you shouldn't get them redone. Let's be real, not everyone needs to have their braces for the second time. Let's say you only have like a minor issue, your orthodontist would most likely recommend you to have retainers or even the clear aligners. Let's say your teeth are functional and healthy and your issue is just mostly about cosmetic. I suggest that you have to weigh the cost and the effort that you have to undergo again. So if let's say it's the confidence at stake, I would recommend that you have to redo your orthodontic treatment. But if it's not that case, then maybe you don't need to have them for the second time. And lastly, if you're considering again to get your braces, but you're not the person who wears their retainers, then I don't think your braces will fix them. It will just become a temporary fix because you're not committed in using your retainers. I suggest that before you really decide to have your braces for the second time, I do have this couple of questions that you can ask your orthodontist. One is, do I really need braces again, or can a retainer or aligners fix my problem? Second is, how long will the treatment be compared to the first one? Third is, what are the options for discrete treatment? And for the last one is, how do I prevent relapse this time? Alright, so before we end this video, as promised, I'm gonna share with you whether my decision of having my orthodontic treatment for the second time was worth it or not. So far, my experience with my second orthodontic treatment is actually kind of satisfied with this. I cannot say 100% because I'm not yet done with my treatment, but so far, with the last, let's say, how many years was that already? I think I'm on my third year already with my braces for the second time. And I would say that I'm satisfied with what I have right now compared to what was before. And hopefully by the end of this treatment, I can get the results that I've always wanted. But again, it's going to be a long way still because there's still a lot of things to do with my teeth. Alright guys, I hope you find this video helpful and it gave you an idea on whether you should get your braces again or not. And if you're still doubtful, I would suggest that you talk to your orthodontist and they know better when it comes to the assessment of your teeth. So you don't really have to sit there and think about whether you should get them or not. Just ask help to your orthodontist because definitely they know what to do. Again, thanks so much, guys, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you want more dental tips and dental updates. I'll see you on my next videos.